Hey there, everyone. Just slowly catching up. My apologies. I am a little behind schedule. Let me close the window there. Try to get some fresh air in here. But it's lots of construction outside. So, let's see here. Oh, yeah. This up here. Stuff. Start off just a little bit there. And just get the camera. Oh, that is way overexposed. Nope, no thank you. There we go. Oh my goodness. So it is super sunny out today. I wonder if there's something I can do about that. There's absolutely no clouds going on. Well, right now this doesn't work out too bad for us. We'll see how far we can get with it. I'm not exploding, so that's good. Oh my goodness, the construction's so loud today. Alright. Well, let us figure stuff out. How's everyone today? Everyone doing good? I'll pop my face in. It's super dark because of how overexposed everything else is. Face cam's not really going to be of much help here. I am a dark figure with how bright this room is. Holy heck. But you know what? I wait for like 3 hours and it's going to be pitch black in here, let me tell you. That is just how winter goes. How's it going, naptime hobbies? Yeah, I know. I am not very mellow and friendly looking right now. You know what? There's no point in doing a face camera right now, so let's just turn that off. We'll just be a voice. I'm okay with being a voice today. That means I can take my hat off too, which is nice. How are you doing today? Kelsey, am I hanging with Nick? What do we got today? Let's see. Thanks, because I found a few things that were missing on my end. A little air, a few areas. Hey, Jarrett, how's it going? There goes your interrogation jokes. Yeah, here, give me 1 second. I got a pair of gloves. Some of the areas, the ink got rubbed off a little bit, so I'm gonna have to touch up some of those. Can't hear me. The music is far louder. I stepped away for a second, so you should be able to hear me a bit better now. But let me turn down the music just a pinch. And there we go. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing real good. Yeah, no, I was in the other room, so that's probably why you couldn't hear me very well. Thanks, Jared. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm real excited about this model. This is a super cool mini. I can't wait for Reaper to release it on their website. Because this was a Bones 4, and Bones 4 has been pretty spread out throughout the whole year for its release. So, let's see here. But thank you. Maybe even lower on the music. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Let's see here. Sweet beats. Oh, that's why it's on blast. There we go. That should be much better. But I'll let you tell me how it sounds. Sweet beats. Perfect. Excellent. Glad to hear. All right, so let's... Did I, like, destroy this brush? Yeah, kind of. Do I have any paper towel? I was really late starting up today, so I'm a little scattered. My apologies, guys. I'm just going to grab a piece of paper towel. Man, it is so sunny today. Really don't need the heat on today, so we are situated in the corner of our building where from sunrise till sunset our suite gets max sun all day long. You know, so we're like in a corner, right? And man, oh man, despite the fact that it's only like 6 degrees outside, it's like probably like 20 in here. It's real warm. Like uncomfortable. Oh, this is too much on there. Hey Shay, nice to see you. How you doing, Shay? Were you in for the what was it? Was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago. 2 days ago I had Kay join in on the stream. There we go. That's the right color. Oh man, I'm gonna be wasting so much ink here. Fine, a bit tired. That was a fun stream with Kay. Yeah, it was. Kay is such a joy. Her channel is Earthisia Creations, and she does sculpting almost exclusively. The only time you see her paint is if she's painting one of her sculptors. So we're just going over, we're just going to deepen some of the reds here. I want to become famous? Aw, man. Here, I'll take care of that. Hey Mia, how's it going? Band that. There we go. 2 messages were deleted by the moderator. Ah, heck, did I accidentally... I think I accidentally just banned my Nightbot. Give me a sec there. Didn't do that. Oh, excellent. There we go. Thank you, Jarrett. I was like, ah, heck. Can you just check to see if shoutouts still work? Do a shoutout for Shay, because Shay does streaming too. Or Shay is getting ready for streaming. Perfect, excellent. I just wanted to see if me accidentally doing that kicked it out of the chat as well. How are you doing today, Jarrett? You doing well? Excited for the holidays? So I know there's a little bit of a delay, so while Jarrett's answering that, I don't know how many of you all have tattoos, but wearing these nitrile gloves while also incidentally working with inks is really giving me the feeling of like working on tattoos right now, which is absolutely not what I'm doing. But I just think it's funny because these are the exact kind of gloves that tattoo artists will use. Unban the Nightbot. There we go. I need a good camera for stream, but I would love to stream. Yeah, Shay, I'm really looking forward to when you get it up and going. You've been so supportive. You've attended nearly every single stream I've done, so I'm really both excited and I want to return some of that generosity that you've just that communal. But yeah, no. Jared, I'm pretty sure you already saw it, but in Canada we got the approval for the second brand of COVID vaccine, which is exciting. But in other, maybe less exciting news, new strain of the virus was discovered in the UK and confirmed. Heart goes out to anyone who's got friends and family in the UK. I had some family that was in the UK, but they both already caught the disease, the coronavirus, but also have already moved out from there. So I'm glad to hear that they're out there. And again, just love and support for everyone who's out there right now having to deal with it. Yeah, it's a bummer. But, here's to hoping that it's similar enough that the vaccinations that we currently have are, that are on the market are going to at least give people more resistance, if not immunity. So, we're more prepared for it. It's not catching us quite as off guard as we were in March, but we just have to give love and support to each other. Gotta be a community. I feel like at least in my own personal life, there's a lot more sense of community than there was prior. So if there's anything I'm thankful for, that's it. I wish it was under better circumstances, but that's just the way she goes sometimes. Yo, evil demon lord, what's up? Man, chat is poppin'. Chat is poppin'. Yeah, I don't know. Naptime Hobbies, Kelsey, I think that your first stream went just fine. I wouldn't worry too much. If you're still here, I think your first stream was fantastic, as was your second stream. So and you got some real nice support with your guys' streams. So you guys are doing good. You got Jarrett in the back, helping out. Got Min Max hanging out. You're in a good group. Got a good group of people helping you out, showing you the ropes. Things were tasty instead of tasteful. That is awkward. Tasty. Hey, this, I don't know about your stream, but this stream's a family-friendly stream. I'm teasing you. I've got to tease people. I think teasing is very much a part of us restoring some of our lightheartedness. All right, this is looking nice. Apparently ours is not. No, it is not. Oh well. Oh well. Please tease. Yep, nope. Gotta have that sense of normality back, That's just how she goes. Jeez, that's too funny. Oh man. So the plan today is, now that I've done that, because I needed to fix up some areas, because when I was first painting this and I was holding on to it, there was a lot of areas where Is that cat hair? I think that's a cat hair. There's a lot of areas where I would rub off a little bit of the surface ink, so just need to fix that up. But now we've got that. The goal is we're going to do some sepia just to do some shadows, but I have to let this ink dry first. So what we're going to do next is let's paint up some of these toes. I really like the idea of this just being much more monstrous than otherwise, so I'm thinking of doing like a really, like starting off maybe with a black and then going over with, or just like the darkest brown that I have for the claws. So what is the darkest brown I've got? I've got this color, which is charred brown from Vallejo Game Color. So I don't know if you play Dungeons and Dragons Naptime Hobbies, but I was thinking it would be really cool if you know, this monstrous dinosaurs. Yeah, beasts are fun, but I think monstrosities are funner. So like maybe some mad wizard came across like a Giganosaurus, because this guy's got 3 fingers, not 2. So this is actually a Giganosaurus. If anyone's a dinosaur nerd. But the idea that maybe, you know, he's modified, you know, this mad wizard has modified this dinosaur. Oh, sweet, you play D&D? Heck yeah. Naptime, you should join in my Discord. I've got a dedicated section just for D&D, for wargaming. Here, I'll do a little boop. So I'll go Discord. There you go. Feel free to come and join in. You know, I think you'll love the community. My community is wholesome as heck. Nothing but mad support, positivity all around. You know, before the pandemic, I would say that it was so positive, it's almost sickening, but that is exactly the kind of positivity that we need these days. I pop in yours often. Are you already a member of my Discord, Naptime? Am I just like tired all the time and I don't realize what's going on? I think that's probably the case. Ah, my goodness. Oh, thank you. Okay. I am apparently just out of it all the time. My apologies. But yeah, so I've got a D&D channel, or not D&D, I have an RPG channel in there. So if you ever want to talk about, you know, some Dungeons and Dragons or whatnot, I'm going to be doing a monster stat block for this bad boy. So for anyone who's played the game Primal Rage, and hello Mia, I saw you sneak in there. Phantomon, Fantasy Monster Phantomon. I'll have to go look up Phantomon, Evil Demon Lord. If you want to drop in a message in the Discord, I will check it later. That'll be the best way for me to be able to follow up with that after the stream. But I'm going to be making a stat block for this monster, and for anyone who's familiar with the game Primal Rage, I'm pulling a little bit of inspiration from Diablo, who was this fire-breathing, like, T-Rex deity, or he was a person who got turned into a T-Rex deity. I don't know. It's real cool. But I really like the idea of a fire-breathing T-Rex, or, you know, large bipedal carnivorous dinosaur. We can go with that too. Heck, I totally went over thing in there. Oh, it was another pun. Oh goodness. Say hello to Evil Demon Lord, our pun jobby. Such a rascal. But yeah, no. So I'm pulling a little bit of inspiration from that. I'm pulling a little bit of inspiration from Jurassic Park, because, you know, just and actually that was the biggest compliment I got. Someone replied to it, and they said that one of my posts for this, and they said it gave them mad Jurassic Park T-Rex vibes, and I was like, yes, that is exactly what I'm going for. I'm not going for scientifically accurate here. I want to go with like something that's cool. And actually, I just got my order from Reaper Miniatures that I made, like, goodness gracious, last month. It's been sitting at customs for the last 2 weeks. But I finally got that, and I got some, if anyone's familiar with D&D, you'll recognize this term, Saurians, who were dinosaur people. And so they have miniatures for, like, some primeval dudes, dinosaur people, and one of them is the Blacktooth, is what they call the T-Rex guy. So that's where they get the name for this one, the Blacktooth Terror. So I could either go with it's something modified, or maybe this T-Rex is like actually the avatar of their deity. You could do some really cool stuff with just something like that. Just brainstorming what color to do your black mini armor. I'm excited to hear that. It's super cool. Yeah, I like things like that. Well, thank you, Naptime Hours. Thank you, Kels. Yeah. What edition of D&D do you play, Kels? Do you guys play 5th edition? Are you guys still able to play D&D? My personal group was very much an in-person group with miniatures. Surprise. So we haven't really been able to play, except for a couple of one-shots that I've run. I keep things as chill as I can in the stream, but I tell you, pandemic's definitely hit my my energy levels, my motivation on a lot of ways. So lately, painting is kind of the only thing I've really been able to do to occupy myself. I'm sure that's the case for a lot of people. It's very therapeutic. You get every brush stroke you make, you can see progress that's happening. I've always painted as a way to relax, and this is no exception. This has been, now I'm getting to paint and socialize at the same time with people, and I think that's just wonderful. And I hope, some of us, Jarrett, Naptime Hobbies, I hope you guys are having a similar experience with painting and streaming. It's the act of creating things is incredibly helpful. I'm excited for you to paint more, Demon Lord. Oh man, I am so far behind here. I'm so sorry. Can I brush matte white on black? You sure can, Evil Demon Lord. You can absolutely brush white on black. Give it a try. Find out how it goes. I've only ever played 5th edition D&D. I didn't play any of the earlier ones, Experimentation Time. So Kelsey, you guys used to play 4th edition for 4.5 years. Whoa! You did rotating DMs on 5th. Excellent. How are you enjoying 5th edition? It's quite a different game from 4th edition. Combat is definitely a lot faster. Much faster. It's the thing that I hear the most from people who have played 4th. But 4th had some really cool things to it. There's a lot of really good ideas from 4th edition that I borrow from, like minions. I love minions. I absolutely use minions in my 5th edition D&D games. 5th is very different, but you like it. I'm happy to hear that. Evil Demon Lord. It's a lot of light blue on black armor. Yeah. So, because the thing is, Evil Demon Lord, technically, pure black as a color does not exist. You in your natural day will not see it just about ever. The only times you might see pure black might be on something like obsidian. Like even volcanic ash isn't even a full pure black. Obsidian is the very closest thing I can think of that is like the darkest color, reaching actual black. And so what a lot of people will do is a lot of painters will make something that is black. They might use a very dark gray. They might add hints and hues of like blue highlights or brown highlights, because more often than not, black as we see it is actually a very, very dark blue. For example, the blackberries. Blackberries aren't black. They're an incredibly dark purple. So, you know, that's why you see a lot of people highlighting their blacks with blues, is they're trying to capture that. Plus, it just looks cool. But there's no harm in doing a, you know, obsidian black armor or like jet black armor. I think it looks really cool. When I had more affection for Games Workshop, I painted my Space Marines as Black Templar. And they have, as you guessed it, black armor. So I've got those guys up here. Where's a cool looking one? This one's okay looking. I could do a better job on this today. Oh my goodness, you're so dusty. So, you know, I painted something like this, but you know, kind of tempted to repaint these guys. I can do a better job on it now. But yeah, there's a very long campaign for 4th edition, but it was amazing. Oh, that's good. As long as you guys have fun, that's the most important thing. We have a really fun game that is heavy metal rock band, and we're all bards. Oh my god, yes! Oh, I am so envious of that. I am in love with your campaign already, Kelsey. Oh my god. I am always trying to convince my players to partake in a all mono class game. Specifically bards. I want there to be an all bard game, but like I'll settle for like an all warlock game or like an all barbarian game where everyone just has like is obscenely difficult to kill. I love theme stuff like that. And like people worry that it's like, oh well, you know, it's not going to be balanced. No. Leave that to the dungeon master. The dungeon master will take care of that. You as a player don't need to worry about balance. So I am excited. You have captivated my interest there, Kelsey. Nick came up with the rules. He's the DM. Oh my god, I love that so much. That's remarkable. Yeah. You've captured my heart with the pitch of your game. It's a rock metal band. Oh my god, that's so awesome. I am, despite the name of the channel, despite you know, all the chill vibes, I am absolutely a metalhead. I am 100% a metalhead. So to hear that, oh my goodness, that has me so excited. Okay, you go have fun. Enjoy your lunch. Oh my god, it's just so cool. I love it. I am in love with that. Oh. Get some of this here. Those are lacking. Crack-a-lackin'. I will say the only thing that's really a bummer here right now is I'm looking at how much ink I had to make to get this mixture right. lot of wasted ink, which is real sad. Real sad. You know what? Maybe what I could do is I could get my T-Rex guy and I can paint him the same color maybe. You know what? Maybe I'll do that. That sounds like a great idea. And that way I'm not wasting anything. There's nothing worse than waste. Wasted paint makes me very sad. But we'll see. I'm definitely I keep finding all these little spots that I need to touch up. And I'm doing that thing again where I'm handling it a lot. That's kind of why I'm having all these spots. But see here, just a little bit of that. And how's the lighting for you guys right now? It's a little dark. Let me do that there for you. Well, Mia, it's nice to see you online again. Just want to let you know. Your absence was felt, so it's always happy to see you again. But you know, we all got to take our time to do our thing. So, and you know, just want to let you know. No, it's all good. I hope you're doing well. Saw Fiddlework come online, so I wanted to pass the message along with him through him too. Yeah. And don't worry, I'm not gonna mention or bring up anything on stream. That's not my place. Alrighty. Yeah, let's get that little T-Rex friend. Because I don't want to waste this ink. I'll be right back. Alrighty. So, this guy. This is one of the original Blacktooth dinos. Let me pull that up here. So, we're gonna just go up here. We're just gonna increase the zoom. Yeah, he's a real cool dinosaur dude. I think he also came in the Bones 4. And there's an update one where he's more medieval. He's got a sword and stuff. So, that's always fun. It's really warm in here. Let's crack that open a little bit. Hope the construction's not too loud. I can hear it. I can hear it through my headphones. Okay, well, hopefully... of course they started using the jackhammer. Alright. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright. So, what we're gonna... Oh my goodness. Yeah, no. I can't have that open at all. Alright. That's okay. I'm wearing shorts. No, we're just gonna take this guy. We're just gonna drop a whole bunch. Well, not a whole bunch. We're gonna do thin coats of brush on primer. We're just gonna take a little bit of a detour away from the other fellow, and also let his ink set and adjust. We're just gonna go on and on. And you know what? Let's not muck up my good brush. Let's take this nice damaged brush, you know, give it some purpose. Its purpose is to brush on primer today. So I have to prime, despite the fact that Bones minis take paint pretty well, even if they're not primed. And the challenge is that your fingers will usually brush off said primer. But what we're actually doing right here is we are needing to put on primer because the ink will not set whatsoever unless the model is frost. So we're just going to go in here, we're just going to brush all over the place here. Just get that brush nice and dry. Let's make sure nothing pools. Oh, drop the model a little bit, you know, rough him up, show him who's boss. I'm getting worse, but, you know, gotta have fun. Take care, everyone. You gotta run? Alright, you prepare your lunch. You have a good rest of the day there, Mia. It's nice to see you. And Fiddleworth says thank you in his regards. Well, thank you very much there. And you guys have a most wonderful day, okay? Yeah, you guys take care. And happy holidays. I really like this dinosaur mini. Who else here was obsessed with dinosaurs as a kid? I mean, I feel like every 90s kid had some sort of obsession with dinosaurs. Like, because man, dinosaurs just took over media when I was a kid. Like, you couldn't go anywhere without there being some dinosaur something. My cousin, he was a massive fan of everything dinosaurs. He absolutely loved them. Unfortunately, he passed away earlier this year due to drug-related use, which is unfortunate. But I'm always going to remember him as that kid who knew more about dinosaurs than anybody else. He was a real good guy. You know, I think there's a lot of, obviously, social stigma whenever anyone says the word drugs. And I think we all just need to remember those are somebody's kid. Talk to a lot of people who've been raised and basically under the premise that anything drug related is, it's their choice, they're choosing. And, maybe at one point it was a choice. And after a while, it kind of stops being there. Like, you have to ask yourself, like, why was there a need for them to seek out a chemical substance that gives them joy? They're probably lacking joy somewhere. They're lacking a feeling of support. They're lacking a lot of things. Like, this is why it's more important that we have community programs than it is that we have, a war on drugs. So I'll tell you, the war on drugs hasn't fixed anything. It hasn't made anything better. It happens, I mean, that's just, I had a large family, and that family gets smaller every year, so I'm a little desensitized to it, but if there's anything I can say to make everyone, just a little more understanding on the subject matter, it's good. My apologies. I'm not. I appreciate the condolences. Not to brush them off. That's not at all what I should be doing. But also, I'm not saying this because I'm sad or upset. Just kind of rambling on. Thinking of what's coming up and on my head here. It is unfortunate. But as I said, like when I say that my family gets smaller every year, I truly mean that. And it's always one of two things. It's either drug use or it's cancer. And I'm more upset that he went down the path of drug use than I am of anything else. Just because I truly, there truly is a point where you get desensitized to those losses, and it's not like I'm upset with him. Obviously, I'm not upset with him. How could I? He was my cousin. He was my friend. But it's just this year's really caused a lot of damage for a lot of people. And whether it's because of COVID or if it's because of how people have responded to COVID, I haven't lost anyone yet to the actual disease, but goodness gracious, I think I have two less people that I know, I think, this year. Maybe 3. I can't tell anymore. But what's important is that, we all support one another. And this isn't me, again, I need to clarify. This isn't me asking for help or condolences. Rather, I just want to make sure that all of us are on the same page, and that all of us, it's important. I share these things not because I'm sad, but because I want us just to be all reminded that we have to really give our love and support to each other so that they don't go down those kinds of paths, because that's ultimately what ends up going on. Like when there's a strong community that looks out after one another, you see a lot less drug abuse. That is something that social experts have been able to prove. So when people feel that strong community, when they feel supported, when they have access to all of their essential needs, you don't end up seeing drug abuse as much. I'm not saying that you don't see drugs show up. Like, drugs are, they're one of those things that kind of perks up, but the extensive abuse of them goes down, and that's kind of important. So be kind, love one another. Not that I have to lecture you guys about that. The people who join my streams are excessively lovingly. So there's a lot of love in this community, and that makes me very happy. But No, I didn't really plan on talking about that kind of stuff today, but here we are. Alright, you have yourself a good one, Jarrett. I'll probably go and I'll probably raid you unless there's someone who's a little bit smaller that could use the viewers. But you have a good one, Jarrett. Yeah. No, it's yeah, I'm sorry if I brought the mood down. I usually really try to avoid bringing the mood down. I would just be very sad if anything was to happen to this little community. You're all so wonderful. But on a much happier note, I'll change the subject. No worries. Demon Lord, how is your painting coming along? I'm very excited to every time I see little new pics, updates, discussion about your minis. I'm very happy about it. Eyes are so hard. Eyes are so difficult to do. You didn't mess them up. They're just difficult. And you know what? That steady hand of painting, that comes with time. You'll get better at eyes eventually. It's all good, bud. I mess up eyes all the time. That female Link that I have in my diorama. Man, when I was trying to do her eyes, I messed them up so badly. So, it's all good. Eyes are just tough. They're real tough. Gotta get ready for work? Alright, Evil Demon Lord, you have yourself a wonderful day, okay? It's so nice to see you. back to painting the proper T-Rex soon. I just, for anyone who's watching, and unsure why I'm painting this small guy right now, is I mostly just want to make sure I don't waste ink. Valuable ink. Plus, both of these guys are part of what is called the Blacktooth. So, it's very exciting. And what I could do is maybe in a D&D game, maybe this guy is real powerful, and he's like some kind of warrior shaman, or he's the avatar of something, and he can polymorph himself maybe into a much larger T-Rex. Maybe he's trying to perform a ritual where he can become the avatar of the Blacktooth Terror. And so he has to perform some kind of ritual to his god or his deity. I don't know, there could be a lot of really cool things we could do with this. I really like about using inks here, and you're probably seeing it, is it preserves so much details, because the inks are really thin, right? Essentially what I'm doing is I'm staining the primer. It's not actual paint per se. Something I'm seeing that I forgot to do here is I forgot to leave bits white. So what we're gonna do here is we want to give him that yellow belly, or at least partially yellow. This is pretty easy to fix. Paint. I'll show you guys how it happens. I've also still got primer in the palette, so not too much water in there. If there's any water in the brush at all, it will separate, so I have to really make sure that using just ink in my brush.
Why so quiet? Are you alright?
I didn't let anyone know that I was streaming today. Just my Instagram. While I'm letting this dry, should do that.
I know they didn't die on purpose, but sometimes I feel like I can't forgive them for leaving me all alone.
there. Painting for an hour. We haven't even shared that. Whoops. There we go. I think I've effectively let people know that I'm live. Whoops. I'm supposed to do that earlier, Chris. Not when you're an hour in. But, you know, that's... as she goes. So, now that I've done that, just wanting to get this nice and fixed up. So what we want is we want to give a little, we're going to go a little bit excessive here. Wanting him just to have some of those T-Rex features. Just really tie them together with the big T-Rex. By doing that, I either validate that they are related, or he polymorphs into him, or something like that. Just do some fun stuff with it. And here we can see I rehydrated a little piece of ink. Stained it, so I'm just gonna go over primer. I'm just gonna let that sit there. Cool. So now that I've done that, and the ink on this has probably dried off enough that I'm not going to aggressively be able to rub it off, which is always a bummer when that happens. Let's see if we can deepen up some of these shadows here. And you know what? This is a great point here where I can just go in and I can really just fix some of my, correct some of my accidents from last time. Cool. So I've done that. And we're going to take yellow is a little too bright. I have to darken it a little bit. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, just a pinch. Or what we could do is we could do the sepia. I'm always using the sepia. Okay, so we're just going to start off with 2 drops of that. And then we're going to go in with more yellow. Boop, 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 boop. So at least a 2-to-1 ratio we'll start off with, and we'll just mix that together. See how that turns out. Nope, nowhere near strong enough. And here I am. I'm going to waste a lot more ink. Whoops. It's much closer to what I'm looking for. It's like a brownish yellow. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty close to what I had in the original mix. Cool. So remove all the water from our brush, because ink does not like water. And we're just going to go in and we're going to just double down on some of these areas here. Just really try and get them deeper in depth, a bit more vibrant, if you would. Really do not get along with anything that's not primed or anything that's had a splash of red on it. Because that red just shows through. So here we can see by putting a little bit of primer over top, that while it doesn't make the issue disappear, it blends it in, and it just looks like a darker patch, which is, maybe not necessarily ideal, but it's certainly better than a red patch. So that's how we can fix that. I'm just going to keep going over here. You can see there's a little bit of a harsh line here, so we're just going to try and fix that up. Bring it in tone with the rest. We're going to go with the up and down motion so that we don't create a harsh distinction that's easy to notice. So when you're side to side, it'll create a visible line. But the up and down matches with the rest of what we see here. You can see this bit here is a little too on the white side. So we're just going to go in. Just going to touch all that up. You can see here, neck area, that's needing a little bit of love. And there we go, that's looking a lot stronger, closer to what we're aiming for. So we don't want it to look too pale or bright. So now that we've done that and I've got all this yellow ink, let's make some use out of that yellow ink. Let's throw it on our smaller T-Rex friend. So here we got this guy. You can see there's all this stuff here. So let's see. Put in some yellow. similar to him, we're going to brush in sideways. We don't necessarily want there to be a harsh line. I know right now it doesn't, it's like crisp. You can see the harsh lines from the primer. That's okay, because we're going to put this off. Pull that out. We're going to go back into that red. Start making it tail. Because I didn't use as much primer in this area, this wasn't planned or intentional, but what we're seeing here is that it looks darker, almost like it was shadowed. So, lucky us. And we're gonna just go in here. We're gonna keep up that kind of notch pattern. Wet our brush. Grab some of that red. Continue that stripe. And so he's looking fun. Put him there. So now we've got our friend here. Let's start going over some shadows. Making some, we're going to make some bold moves here. And we're going to do that with our sepia again. Because sepia is one of just the greatest. Really like sepia. I am though going to just dilute it just a little bit with some water. I'm just going to make some water there. Not too much, just a little bit. There we go. Because we don't want it to be too strong. Just going to mix that in. Go in here, yeah. So I'm just gonna wipe off some of the excess there. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start creating some shadows. So some of the areas that we would expect to see shadows, we're gonna see some here. Because we've been using sepia this whole time, we're able to do it relatively without it being noticed. Because sepia has been in all of the mixtures. So as essentially what we're doing now is we're just creating areas where the ratio of sepia to red is a little higher. Let's see here. How well can you see anything? Can you see anything at all? There we go. That's a little bit better. So we're just creating some of that there. So some of these areas where there's little ridges, we're just gonna wipe some of that off. We're just gonna make it a little more intense. All these little nice folds in the skin. That's what we're going to do here. So very carefully, I'm going to trace these. I'm going to create some dramatic shadows in the miniature. I'm going to really try and make some of these pop. Exaggerated drama to it. So we can see there's this one. It's a little richer because inks have set in the recess there. And what we're doing is we're specifically darkening the areas. So little spots like this. Folds like this. Just really gonna try and blast the lighting. And just really give some emphasis to this. So you can see this neck over here. Just a little bit. Let's do that there too. We've got this wonderful shadow. It's real easy, you know? We're not doing anything too crazy. We're not going wild. We're just doing something that really anyone can do. Just keep popping on here. Just give a little bit of that frightening look underneath the eyes. Do a little bit of it very gently. We still want it to stay red. We just want it to be a darker red. See, like when we look at this versus this just pops so much better. So let's continue. Try and find areas where we can see, it would be less light. So like, where this thigh connects. There's the shadow there. There'd be a little less light here. recesses here. So we don't want to go over too much of it. We're only going over the deepest recesses. And we're going to go into where all these folds are. So there's not going to be much lighting there, right? We're just going to keep going inside here. Hey Shay, are you still hanging out with me right now? I didn't see you go say goodbye, but I haven't seen any activity there. Just want to know if you're still there, bud. If not, it's cool. We all have things we have to take care of. So we're gonna take that away for a little bit. And we're gonna work on just some super micro details here. I'm just gonna apply little bits of that blackish ink. We're just gonna put it all over the little friends here. We're just really trying to get some emphasis on some of those big scales it's got. Just give them some deeper shadows. Just really dramatize what's going on here. This is this big long ridge right here. We're just gonna go so let's increase that shadow. This one here is just really just overall there. Looks like I didn't too much. Okay, so that's looking better. Add a little bit in between fingies here. Deserves more red right there. And as does, man, I keep hitting this. I keep hitting it, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, cool. So, that's looking nice. Oh, seeing some big areas here I'm missing. So I get some dramatic shadow. Oh my goodness, that was way too much. Heck, there we go. Abort. I should do the eyes. I'm liking the shadows. I'm liking what I'm doing there. some of these just a little bit more dramatic. So just like right here, for example. Right there. Let's just do the sides of that one because that one's a little raised. That's going to make that pop a little more. Likewise with this one here. There we go. Alright, cool. Well, I guess I should just jump on those eyes there. Let's get ourselves, start off with his base. And I'm just going to have to live with that stuff there. So let's get these guys a little bit more. Touch them up before this red ink dries out. This here. missing a whole bunch of my brushes. What's this? This one's my number 2? Okay. So that's my number 2. Where's my number 3? Is this my number 3? That's my number 5. There we go. There's my number 3. Alright, cool. Number 3's got a nice tip to it. Alright, so what we're going to do here is it did have a nice tip to it until I dunked it in the water. I was trying this trick from Midwinter Minis to try and restore the tips of brushes, and seem to have mixed results in terms of, yeah, that's not going to work. Mixed results in terms of, yeah, the results. Loving how this is looking. Mikey, how's it going, buddy? I'm doing well. I'm trying to make sure that I don't waste any ink, so I've just been going through. Man, I can't talk at all today. Yeah, basically what happened was yesterday, the day before, I just got my order of Reaper miniatures in, and while I was painting this guy, I had to mix a whole bunch of ink, and I want to make sure I didn't waste any of it, so I'm just going over it, and I'm just trying to apply it nicely to this little dude who is like a Blacktooth dinosaur man, barbarian thing. I don't know. Basically, just kind of. I had a couple ideas. Maybe like, yeah, you know, don't want to be wasteful. Maybe this is the avatar of this dude's god, or maybe he's a shaman and he's trying to do a ritual where he can transform into this big fella. You know, it's all sorts of really cool things we can do. You know, it's D&D, right? I don't need to explain it to you. Just have all these cool ideas that I'm just kind of playing with here. But you know the drill. I ain't telling you nothing new. How was work today? Did you have work today? Lots of ideas you can do, exactly. You know, I mean, like, dinosaurs are cool, but let's make monstrosities instead. You know, let's give this T-Rex a breath weapon.
Wake up.
You can breathe fire. I think that would be way cooler. Nice Dryad episode, by the way. I really dig that. Yep, last day of work before the holidays. That would be over last Friday, but you were very wrong. Oh no. Did you, were you late for work on Friday? Or on Monday? Apparently, I wasn't even supposed to be in work yesterday, but I was sick the day before, so ended up being like, okay, well, do you just want to work today, and then we'll just call it even? And I was like, yep, let's do that. That way I don't have to submit more hours. Just an annoying process, especially since the accounting team is closed right now. Yeah, we're just going over some of the areas that have faded a little bit, got rubbed off while I was working on it, darkening some bits here, added some shadows, which was fun. So now some areas like this are more emphasized because they're actually painted. Oh yeah, yeah. You completely forgot what we talked about. No, I mean, it was like, it wasn't even this week's episode, it was last week's episode, so. Totally understand, man. All creature episodes are just a blur in your mind. Yeah, yeah. All you remember is that at one point you were doing A's in aboleths, and And then after that, there was the Year of Dragons. And you have been now freed. Oh, and then there was also the Year of Fiends. Let's not forget. That took a long time. But now you're finally outside of template monsters, which is real nice. Real swale. Trying to make sure there's no area that looks a little whitish. Here we go. Yeah, man, we should plan something out for doing. You know, I finally figured out my audio, so I can have people on as guests. I would love to have a session where you come on and we just talk about how to D&Dify something. Because definitely not all of the minis I paint have necessarily stat blocks. Or they have some, but we could just do something way more interesting, because T-Rex is a super boring D&D stat block, so I find, at least, it's got a bite attack and it's big. That's it. Big damage. Big damage, boy. I keep talking about doing the eyes, and I keep ignoring the eyes. I should probably do the eyes. Or I could start the eyes next week. Doing a lot of Monster Hunter with the guys and their T-Rex-like monsters. It's very cool. Uses out fire like a breath weapon. Yeah, you know, for this color scheme, I'm drawing a lot of inspiration from not Jurassic Park, but actually old fighting game from Super Nintendo, Primal Rage. There was a fighter, and there was a red and black T-Rex dinosaur thing. Yeah. And he could breathe fire. His name was Diablo. And I was like, oh man, that's so cool. I love stuff like that. Yeah, oh no, for sure. It would definitely be something I plan ahead of time. I can't just spring it on you and be like, yo, Mike, you free? Yeah, no. It's all good, bud. I've got a lot of cleaning up to help out with prepping in the holidays and stuff, so I think I'm actually... You up? Oh, Limitches, how are you today? But yeah, no, I would totally be down there, Mike. You up? Oh, jeez. Yeah, no K today. That was kind of just a one-time thing we were doing, working with the clay. So today, I'm just trying to wrap up my T-Rex guy. Also, why no stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same? Is it not going on at... Oh, why do I stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time? I do that because I did not take the affiliate contract and accept exclusivity. And by doing this, there's just a little bit more discovery, a little bit more opportunity for, growing a community. So yeah. It basically just allows more people to come and hang out. I also stream on Facebook at the same time. I am all over the place. So I hope that helps explain that. But yeah, no, I just want to... If I'm going to do this, may as well have as broad of an audience as possible. And, I'm not really a big fan of exclusivity agreements, so take that, Jeff Bezos. So that's why I don't have an option on Twitch for subscribing, but I also don't blast people with ads. Mike went over to the YouTube. Hello, Mike. How's it going, Mikey? Yes. Hello. Double Mike the Limes. Yeah, no, there was another person that was talking about it, and this was a week before I got the invite for the affiliate program, and after that I was like, nope, I don't like this plan, because the YouTube partnership and the Facebook partnerships, they don't ask you to do exclusivity. And so I was like, well, that's silly. So why would I take a bad deal like that? Hello. But how are you doing today, Limitches? Doing a little bit better? Having a good day? I can't remember if it was you or if it was someone else last time they came on. Not the bestest of days. My apologies if my memory is garbage. You're totally welcome to tell me that my memory is garbage. But nonetheless, no matter what the situation, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I really just need to jump on those eyes. I'm thinking yellow eyes would be cool. Where's my yellows? I've got a million paints over here. Here we go. I can start off with that's a brown. That is not a yellow, that is a brown. Let's start off with this. We'll go with gold and yellow. A little bit of a cold, so my apologies if you hear me sniffling just a little bit. Or not a cold. Allergies? I don't know. I don't have cold symptoms. So I shouldn't call it a cold. It's a little bit of a cough. I've got a really bad dust allergy, so. Comes in swinging sometimes, I tell ya. Swinging. Oh, hey, the sun's gone. I can do that. Oh. And there we go. yeah, did you get up to anything exciting, Olympiches? Anything exciting today? Or any fun plans for the holidays? I tell you, we had snow for like the first time in the year, and man, it was exciting. Except I felt like garbage, and it was a plague, so I didn't really go out to enjoy the sun or the snow. But I was excited by it. I was real excited by it, I tell you. I need to get. You know, I could probably just get away with using a black ink. The reason I can't get away with black ink. Boop. There's no difference between a black ink and black paint, except the black ink is significantly thinner. But yeah, Elimiters, there's also a Discord for Mellow Minis too. If you want to join in, you can just use the command !Discord, or you can use one of my panels. Ah, crud. I mucked that up there. I mucked it up. That's all good. Let me just go and fix it. That's all. So I'm just going to finish up this eye, and then I'm actually going to call her quits. Because I need to help clean up the house, and my hands are starting to shake. So that is my body screaming at me to address my low blood sugar. Some black ink in my glove, that's wonderful. Be mindful of that. As Mikey would say, mindful of that, hero. Fix up this eye area, just make it look real nice, give it some pop. Not even pointing at the eye in the camera for you guys, my apologies. Brighter for you. Pick his nose with a brush. Oh my goodness, so much. I can feel a lot of ink in there. That is remarkable. Yeah, I was actually setting it up today. Are still here. I now have Nightbot in my YouTube channel, or at least I should. So you should be able to use the commands that I have in Twitch, like !Discord, and that should work on YouTube, hopefully, provided that I set it up correctly. Not yet, in which case, well, heck. Now, man, how do I miss things like this? It's far too white looking. Oh, stuck my finger in the black ink again. I have to watch out for that. Just, there we go. Take care of it at the cause of the problem. There we go. Just deepen that red, make that real nice. Take a look here. That's needing a little bit of deepening. Actually, that would be a real nice spot for a little bit of brown, a little bit of sepia. Oh my goodness, the sepia is drying up so fast. Alright, just need to go right there. Just gonna do that a little bit right there. No, that one looks weird. Just push over that there. Brush, and then just wipe the excess off. Gives a little bit of a pop. to you too, buddy. How you doing? I haven't seen if you replied in Discord yet. You've caught me just at the very butt end of this here, bud. I'm sorry about that. I am actually just about to go on my way to be a good partner and help out with cleaning and cooking. As soon as I stop finding little spots that are a little too white, that is. I'm trying to slay the gray here, if you would. Yeah, man, you were online for quite a while streaming earlier today, bud. Must have been killing it. Just saw I was online. Well, thank you. Thank you for dropping by. It's always a pleasure to see you, Melius. Do you have fun streaming today? I caught you at the butt end of your stream. Mind you, with our time zone difference, totally understandable, makes sense. I don't know how to answer your question in Discord. You know what? That's okay, because I don't entirely remember what I asked. I think I was just asking if those are new, like if those are going to end up on your shop soon. I guess that's the easy question to ask there. The little scythe guys. Because it looked like they were new casts. I want to say they looked like they were resin and not sculpted with green stuff, or not green stuff. I know you don't use green stuff. Polymer. They did not look like polymer. So I was just getting excited about the idea of more things being added to your shop. Particularly the scythe dudes. I really like those scythe guys. I'm gonna end up giving you a way more wordy answer than you ever asked for. They're cats! Those were cats? Oh, creepy cat people. Okay. They did those in September. Okay. Good stuff. So I think that was just before I started jumping in on Twitch, because when I first jumped in on Twitch, you were still doing your dwarf. You were doing the one that had the rivets on his boots. Okay, those are casts. I misread. Silly me. Alright. Sweet, so they're casts. Okay. So they go into the store. Can I buy them? I sculpted 5 in that set. Oh, okay, they're chthonic dwarfs. Oh, you're speaking my language, Malleus. You're speaking my language. I am a big fan of eldritch horror. But I'm only releasing them 2 at the moment. That's okay. Alright. Well, I will wait for you to release a little bit more stuff, and then I'll put in another order. Having a little excess ink when I was making the mixture for the red, so I had to go and pull out my other T-Rex guy and started coloring him in. They are heavily inspired by the dwarves of Mid-North. Oh my goodness, overexposure. From Rackham. Okay. They're quite a bit larger than dwarves. So I'm not calling them dwarves. Totally fine. It's all good. I'm just excited. I just like your stuff, yo. I like what you got. I was very excited to get the dinosaur people that I could from Reaper. This is one of their. This is the Blacktooth Terror, and I can't remember what this is called. It's like the Blacktooth Warrior or something like that. So I've been thinking about ways I can handle it. Maybe it's this Saurian. Maybe this is the avatar of his deity. Maybe this guy transforms into this, like he's trying to perform some kind of ritual or something. I don't know. There's a bunch of different things I'm kind of considering. But I definitely like the idea that they have the same color palette. Because, they say this is the Blacktooth, that's the Blacktooth, that works, right? Some nice deep rich reds. You can always do highlights over top of them. Man oh man, do I love using inks for scaly lizardy dinosaur things. Oh, with the the Thundering Behemoth. Let me get that out. Like when I was a kid, all the dinosaurs were just green. So with this one here, I've gotten a little bit more confident with how I'm using inks, so I want to. I'll probably touch this one up in a little. I don't know when, but what I did with this guy here is I started taking some sepia, and I started going in some of the crevices and little bits to just kind of really deepen the shadows to bring up some more of that. It's just something that brings back to the childlike state of wonder. Yeah, I really love this. Like I am like so like aware of like how cartoony these are, because like when I was painting this, all I could think of is like 90s cartoons, and I absolutely love it. Like it reminds me of like the Spider-Man in X-Men cartoons where they go to like the land of the dinosaurs and stuff. Like it's so fun. So I think what I'm going to do with this guy, because I do want to kind of touch it up, I'm probably going to take the sepia, and I'm going to mix it in with some of the green inks, and I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to deepen some of the grooves, just give them a little bit more depth, because I love the color palette. I don't want to change the color palette on this, but I do want to just create a little bit of like hints of shadow. It's definitely a little cartoony. I'm seeing a little bits of areas where the plastic is showing underneath. So I just want to touch those up here, because this was the second mini I used inks on, and I'm getting a lot more comfortable with them. I'm starting to really like understand like what I can do with it to really like get the most out of it. So I'm gonna want to revisit him. Oh yeah, definitely 90s cartoon, in like in the most like enjoyable way. Like just like the model for this at all period. There was like I think 3 different cartoons I can think of where like there was bad T-Rex people but I can't think of many of them right now. One of them that comes to mind is like Street Sharks, or there's another one where there was dinosaur people. There was a bunch of them, but I'm really loving these, and they've been such a blast. And like I'm really loving using inks. Like they make everything just speed so much faster. Like you slap it on, and you get the stuff, but like I still got to go over like certain areas like this. Like I can see there's still a little bit of that light gray underneath it, just a little more than I care for. But it's just been really exciting, and I'm really glad that I decided to go with like bright, vibrant colors on the Triceratops, because it really took me out of some of my comfort zones and got me to explore some things that I'm not usually using, right? And so like here, I'm just gonna go in there, and that's just gonna get some more depth there. So, because like when I was doing this one, I wasn't really exploring using like sepia as a way of like just invoking shadows. Like let's see, right here, I could probably just deepen that a little bit. So it's been a blast. Man, that is still so yellow in there. You can't really see it. So there's a little area here. The camera's not really picking out. It really wants to stay yellow. It just wants to reject all the red that I put there. Fix that up. So it's a little... It's probably an accident when I was doing it. It still wants to stay red. Or it still wants to stay yellow. It's okay. If it stays yellow, it stays yellow. That's just how it's just going to go. Yeah, no, thanks for the compliment, man. I really appreciate it. Like, it's because like I've seen, like, you're so much more than a great and phenomenal sculptor. Like I've seen plenty of the minis you paint. You do a remarkable job on miniatures. So it's getting this kind of support and feedback, man. It encourages me to do more. It really does. That means a lot. Like this community is so remarkable. Just like the Twitch miniature painting and stuff. Like I've had nothing but a positive experience with it. Because I mean, it makes sense, right? Like you're not gonna. It's an art community where people are trying to, be like, oh hey, I see you're doing it this way. Like this is how I would approach it, and if you make this change, you might get the result that you're looking for, because it sounds like you're, like when I go and I ask questions, I get answers. It's beautiful.
I feel like forgive them for leaving me all.
Oh yes. Oh no. Absolutely. The unconventionalness of it, like, oh man, I just because there's this one guy, Devs and Dice. He was using the Green Stuff World Extreme Inks or something like that. I can't remember what the name is. But he did them on the T-Rex, and I loved how it turned out. So that got me wanting to get inks, because I had this dinosaur sitting around for so long, both of these, and I was like, how am I going to paint them? I don't know how I'm going to paint them, because I was very confident that regular acrylic paint wasn't going to quite get the results that I was looking for. And so like discovering inks really verified that for me, that like this is like the medium that I'm wanting to do for these specifically. But like I was like looking through, like, because I mean to get like a dinosaur to look cool, it's like, man, like what am I gonna do? Like, am I gonna go with realism? What is realism? Nope. Like we don't have like a wide variety of dinosaur skin. So I was like, okay, well, like I was going through some. I picked this bright green because there was this magic card that I found. It's like a shifting Ceratops, and it's just this like lime green, and I was like, that I want to do that. So I did my best to try and capture it, and I had a lot of fun with it, and it's good. It was total nonsense, right? Like, but I couldn't be happier with it, and I just got to do things a different way. It's exactly like you said, like you don't really discover yourself or discover new things unless you step out of the comfort. The purple and green's cool. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It's kind of like a reverse Barney, but I don't care. I love it so much. As long as you enjoy what you're doing, I don't think you can go too wrong. I've sort of stopped giving painting and hobby advice because it usually it isn't met with approval. You know what? Like I totally hear what you mean. Honestly, anytime anyone. Like I try to give anyone feedback. I start off like right off the hop. I'm like, hey, take this for what it's worth. I consider myself an amateur, but maybe this might be blah. And, people can be buttheads, but you know what? Like it might not always be like the thing that they're looking for either. Like I definitely take tidbits of advice here and there, but. When I'm looking for answers, I come asking. I make it clear. I'm like, hey, like I think I'm lost here. So yeah, no. Purple and green is so cool. They're complementing colors, right? Like I ended up picking this because I went into Photoshop. I'm like, heck, what is like the complementary color for this like lime green? And it's this magenta color. It gives me like this like. This parrot vibe, right? Like it's got the beak already.